I also like to ask you because to go from your beginnings to now being honestly one of the most impactful ministers of the gospel I've ever met, hands down, on the East Coast. Um, what was it like for you, I guess, in more of a day-to-day sense, finding your voice, and then, or not even just finding your voice, like being willing to stand up and advocate or move against things that aren't necessarily right? Um, And like, what was that like? Like, were you always a person that was like, yo, I'm not going to just sit here and let foolishness take place in my presence. I'm always going to stand up? Or was that like a bone you had to grow?
I would say it was a combination of being a bone that I had to grow, and then growth was put upon me. Middle school to freshman year of high school, many people might not realize this or know about this. I had to deal with a bully. Yeah. You know, where you try to pick a different route home every day, but it seemed like the bully would always find your route. And, I was 110 pounds. The bully's like 160, 170 in middle school. I'm like, yo, you was a big kid. Yo, go find other kids to pick with. And for a while, I was real timid. So fast forward, to keep a long story short, you go in the military, and you go through confidence courses, and you go through all types of weapons training, all this stuff. So you build this confidence, right? And you live your life in the military, you build some confidence. And then for me, a light really turned on was when I started learning word study. And I found that if you was intelligent with the scriptures, you gained respect in the church. And then from that, it turned into, I grew up in an era where folk were spiritual bullies. And I made a decision like, hey, all right, you're not gonna bully me into believing something if I don't see it myself. And so that kind of turned the light on, well, you can't do it to me, and you can't do it to other people either. And so that kind of led to being on every ministry, because you want to make sure people feel safe. Like you want to make sure, I want to make sure my wife has a safe space, but that safe space has to be guarded by the will of God, because both of us can provide a safe space and take each other out of scripture. And so you're careful with that. And in doing so, you become a protector of people.